fellow surfers, welcome to Flavour TSS, the food and beverage review channel, and all things relating to food, beverage, health, yeah, da. Hey, so the reason I've got my green screen up rather than just the normal background is because my room's a bit messy, so stops you from seeing it, right? Anyway, I have this. I'm going to put some things on. I bought this, which, by the way, that could be a thumbnail. But I don't know what I'm going to do for the thumbnail. We've got some mushy peas. Is this? No, it's curry, this one. Yeah, this is the curry one. Yeah. Curry. And we have the mushy peas and gravy. The gravy's slightly leaked. Here we go. Some gravy and the mushy peas. The mushy peas. This one, I don't know. When I first bought from here, and this is called Gills fish shop, delivered. When I first bought this stuff, and I forgot to review. I didn't buy the fish though, but the mushy peas. I haven't opened it yet, but it looks more liquidy compared to the last time I bought them. And I wanted to review. Hot. Right. Now this is very greasy. Look at the grease on that! Look at the grease on that. Very greasy. Oh my days. Hot, or piping hot. I'm going to show you as best as possible. The fish, I mean, it smells nice. You can't even see it. Can you see it? Oh, my little baby. Oh, little baby. Now, we'll put that on the table. It's a bit floppy. Let me show you now. It's a little bit floppy, wet under, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to let you, the fish kind of, to me, looks a little bit gloopy. May not be on chew, but the batter smells buttery. Hot. Fish is nice, actually. This one, the fish, nice. I mean, it looks flat. You know what I mean? It looks a little bit flat, but the taste, the fat from obviously frying it gives it a little bit more of a lift. The actual fish in itself, as you can see, it isn't gloopy. I can tell from like chewing on it, it's not gloopy. It looked gloopy. I like the batter. The flavour from the fish is in the batter as well, from the cooking. Nice crunch. Bready, kind of, obviously battery flavour, but a nice buttery flavour to it. Do you know, like a fried bread kind of flavour? Now, the chips, I got fish and chips. Chips. Not as fat. I'm going to put these on a plate. So I'm going to put some of this on a plate. Go cut some of the fish. It's now this is the problem. The bottom of the fish, well, it looks nice. Yeah, the bottoms came off because of the fat. Yeah, see, it looks a bit gloopy. So the skin, although that tasted nice, this is the batter, how it's called. It smells kind of like chickeny. You know, like when you get chicken skin. Anyway. Chips. I'll try and get a good visual for you. Can't even see them. I'll put them on a plate anyway. This is a little bit bendy, a little bit floppy, but they're a nice goldenish colour. Personally, they remind me of your generic chips I can get from like a cheap chip from like Asda or Tesco, and then you put into the oven. We'll put some of these chips on to the plate to test the curry and the gravy and stuff out. But yeah, this one was relatively nice. It takes me back the flavour, but isn't it's more like a potato skin kind of flavour to that one. It's tough. Put this bag over here. Let's get some gravy, because I know Danny from originally, I forget the name of the place now. Oh my days. I'm going to have to search this up. 1 second. Review my food, that was it, wasn't it? Review my food or review this food. Anyway, this one's a little bit nice aroma, a little bit watery. Anyway, he pours this on the fish, right? Now, however, this is the fish with the chips, yeah? I can put that as a but I'm going to try this. I need my knife. Where's my knife gone? Oh, there it is. Go chop this up a little bit something. I should really have a fork, but I didn't. So got some gravy on it. Never really thought of gravy on a fish before, and this gravy, let's try with just so it doesn't fall off. Let's try a little bit gloopy, a little bit watery. Beef. Yeah, it's got the beefy gravy, but I don't know, it doesn't taste any better than like Bisto, like a generic. It's alright. There's no gloops in bits and pieces in there. I can't see it'll end up pouring out. But yeah, the fish was at the bottom. Like, as I showed, not really that good. The top, better, relatively nice. The bottom, peeling off. The fish in itself tastes alright. Meaty, but it's got like a lot of like fat running through it from its cooking. Yeah, gloopiness. I'm going to leave that alone. So I'll give a score on the fish. Fish is 3. The fish in itself, in certain parts, was all right. However, the gloopiness of the bottom of the fish, like this batter doesn't look too bad. The top, it's all right, but the bottom batter just fell apart. Like, too much fat. There is a little bit of meatiness to it. Again, it's, you can see the bottom kind of falling apart. That's why it's and again, it's a little bit gloopy because of the fat. It's not holding its own. It's all right. There's a nice amount of fish, but the batter, like, the batter's just hard to hold. The top part of the batter, a little bit more crispier. Anyway, let's go into the we've done the gravy. A little bit watery. Let's try and watery, but there's a beefy flavour to it. It's nice. Maybe this could be a little bit more. I'm going to have a little drink, but a little bit more of a sweetness to it. But other than that, I could drink all that. It's got a bit of a sweetness, but it's lacking. It's a little bit watery. The curry. Let's see if this is. Looks like a generic curry. Looks like it's thick, ish. Let's get some. It looks thick-ish, but that may just be that's holding its own, right? It's still dripping, but it's all right. And there's a sweetness. Almost fruitiness to it, but it still does kind of just feel like it's got what I would assume that's chicken bits. The curry's good. I like it. Feels a little bit generic though, like your normal ones. However, because it's thicker, I think it's actually holding its own against the actual generic when it's watery, this version. So the fact that it's thicker is actually helping with the flavour. Rather than being watery curry, it's actually more, because of the thickness, probably more powder in than any of the fluids that have been used, like water or whatever. It's not watery, it's more thicker. I think the thickness is helping it out over the normal. If it was watery, I think it would probably be like that. But remember, I'm just giving you a view and opinion on. So this is still a little bit more generic kind of. The last time I got these, right, they had more pepper kick. Yeah, they had more pepper kick. But for some reason, they're a little bit more watery and generic in this flavour as well. Normal tint, kind of mushy peas. They're all right, but we'll have one more. Give it an opportunity. Like I say, the curry, because it's thicker, is slightly better than generic, but would be generic if it was watery. The peas are generic tin peas. That's what it feels like. So the fish and chips, again, what can I say? The fish, the meat, like again, the batter's under, it's just falling apart. Look at that, man. Like, can you see the? Like, I mean, the meat in itself. Let's get the meat part right. Yeah, that part. That's bad. Yeah, that part was. Look at that, man. Look at that skin. The batter. Yeah, I'm going to try a different end of the fish. There's nothing even in there. This is the back end, the tail. And even there you can see kind of the bottom. It's a little bit. See, the batter's alright. Buttery. That's why it's a 3. The part of the meat was nice and tasty with the fat. But then that part was, I don't know what it was, it had a slightly just not too good. 3 out. I'm going to finish this off. The 3 out of 10 for the chicken. Yeah, for the chicken. For the fish, personally, the chips. I think the curry is kind of the best thing about curry and chips. That would be good by itself. I would probably say the curry with the chips. The chips by himself, probably a 3 again. Because they're generic, you can get these from like a Asda or Tesco. But with the curry, they're kind of, they're essentially basic. Like, it's just essentially a scooper, a dipper. But the curry, although it tastes like a generic curry, because it's thick, it's a little bit more The flavours from this type of curry are standing out more so. I'm going to say overall for the meal, I'm sorry, but I would have to say the only good thing really is the curry. I would have to say 3.5. The gravy again isn't bad. Beefy. The gravy in itself, I'll probably say a 4, 5 maybe is at a push. A generic, not too watery, but it's in a flavour a little bit held back. There's not much of a sweetness to it. Like a little bit of body. It's alright. 4, maybe 5 for the gravy. Like generic. The mushroom, again, this is just like the peas are just essentially tin peas, tin mushy peas, basic. For an establishment, you would want something different with the peas. So I'm going to have to give these a 3. I would say generally the taste no worse or better than normal tin peas, but it's what you would expect from normal tin peas. If I was to buy them from like a shop and they tasted the same, I'll say yeah, they're like 5 right down the middle. There's no real like difference or the peppery or whatever. But because it's an establishment, a food review a food chip shop establishment, these do good kebabs, but yeah, you would. The last time I had these, they had more of a peppery, black pepper kind of or white pepper kick. Yeah, basic. Overall, this 3.5. And the only reason it's getting the 0.5 is because the curry is nice. The curry alone with chips, I would say, would be like a 6, because it's still has that kind of generic kind of curry that you get from any fish shop kind of flavour, but it is nicer because it's thicker. But yeah, for me personally, the whole thing, 3.5. If you agree, if you've been here, let me know. If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, select all notifications, strike the like, share the content, and all of the good stuff. Leave your views and opinions in the comment section below, and I'll catch you later. Peace.